4 individuals are seen inside the elevator, preparing to exit when suddenly one of them steps too far back and falls through the open space behind. The others react instantly in shock, with one person reaching out instinctively as the victim disappears from view. Screams echo through the building as the group rushes out, trying to alert others and process what just happened. A group of people is seen placing a glass window inside an elevator. As they move the glass, it gets stuck in the elevator door, causing the door to yank upward. The tension escalates as the glass shatters when the door continues to pull, creating a dangerous moment inside the elevator. A man inside an elevator, attempting to leave, pushes the buttons, but they fail to work, trapping him inside. After several attempts to get a response, he begins to show signs of distress, punching the doors in frustration. The man continues to struggle, visibly panicked as he kicks and pushes the doors, hoping to escape. A man enters an elevator while carrying an e-bicycle with a battery. Suddenly, the e-bicycle's battery catches fire, quickly spreading smoke inside the elevator. The man struggles to escape but tragically succumbs to the smoke inhalation before help arrives. Two guys enter an elevator, but it suddenly stops, trapping them inside. They try pressing the buttons and calling for help, but the elevator remains stuck with no response. A Schindler elevator opens, but a visible part inside appears damaged, causing it to malfunction.
Well, here we have a Schindler elevator. Probably the best Schindler elevator I've ever seen in my life.
The elevator struggles to operate correctly, with delays in movement and unresponsive controls.
This panel doesn't do anything.
Despite opening, the damage causes continuous issues, leaving the elevator unable to function as expected. The video starts with a child already bitten by the dog in the elevator, visibly in pain. The pet owner remains indifferent, continuing to watch as the child struggles with the bite. Despite the child's distress, the owner does not intervene, leaving the situation to unfold without action. A man attempts to bring a long pipe into an elevator, but it quickly becomes stuck as the doors close. The pipe is wedged tightly, preventing the elevator from moving as the man struggles to remove it. A dog is left outside an elevator, still attached to a leash, as its owner enters without noticing. The dog remains calm while the elevator starts moving, but the leash keeps it stuck outside. A man notices the situation, promptly rescuing the dog by unhooking the leash and ensuring its safety.
Oh my God, just watching it.
A person tries to operate an elevator that isn't responding correctly to commands, skipping selected floors and delaying its doors.
Okay. You know what? Go to 23. Here we go. Going by crapper 1.
The elevator pauses at random stops, opens briefly without anyone getting in or out, then shuts and continues unpredictably.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm getting off. I don't trust Stalker to go 230 feet, John. I gotta get another one.
Despite repeated button presses, it continues to behave erratically, refusing to go to the intended destination.
This is a death trap at the palace. Oh, shoot. That's weird. I press the up button.
A man films himself stuck inside an elevator during a sudden power outage, the dim emergency light casting eerie shadows on the walls.
Okay, what do we do?
Security.
Hi, yeah, we are in an elevator and it seems like the power's gone off in here.
He presses various buttons and tries to call for help as the elevator remains unresponsive.
Okay, where are you right now? Is this bioscience?
It's, yeah, in the science building it says, biological sciences building on the permit here.
Which floor do you think you're on?
1.
1?
Yeah.
Eventually, he sits down calmly, waiting in silence as the emergency power stays on, but the elevator doesn't move.
Yeah, we just had a power blip at our location too, so I'll let physical plant know.
Okay.
And they can try and get you out of the elevator.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, if you need anything, just call this number back.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
A man and woman stand silently inside the elevator before the doors open and she begins to exit. He grabs her suddenly, shoving her while forcefully taking her belongings. After she falls, he stays inside and waits for the elevator doors to close behind him. A group of guys got stuck in an old hydraulic elevator during a malfunction. The elevator halts unexpectedly, leaving the group inside, who quickly realize they're stuck and begin trying to figure out a way to escape. After multiple attempts to communicate and free themselves, they continue to struggle while remaining calm, awaiting help to resolve the situation.
Ça fait là, ils auront pas.
The video shows an elevator that was out of service as workers attempted to make it fall during maintenance.
Teď se chystejte. Čeká jste, jak jsem dobře usadit.
The workers begin their process, preparing the elevator to drop, indicating that they were testing or working on it to simulate a fall. As the elevator eventually falls, the workers stand at a distance, observing the test with the structure making a loud crashing sound upon impact. A woman steps into the elevator while her dog remains outside, still attached to a leash she doesn't realize hasn't come with her. As the elevator begins to move, the dog is suddenly yanked upward, its leash pulling it toward the ceiling in a terrifying moment. A nearby man reacts instantly, rushing in and managing to unclip the leash just in time, saving the dog from severe injury. A person enters an out-of-service Dover elevator that had already been sealed off, showing no signs of activity or power.
Alright, here it is. Look it. That sucks. I ride this thing like mostly every day because
They glance around the still, non-functioning cabin while the panel lights remain completely off.
a huge YouTube channel that I film elevators with. I know it's a weird hobby, but this thing broke. I'm gonna leave this note here. Right there. There's the note if you want to read it.
With the doors sealed and no response from the controls, it's clear the elevator is completely shut down.
I'm gonna see if it. I mean, look at the whole door mechanism. Look at this.
You make a YouTube channel.
Yeah, I film elevators on YouTube. You can check it out if you want. I got over 200 subscribers. It's crazy. A lot of people do it than you think. It's crazy. Look at that. The whole door mechanism.
A man walks into an elevator carrying a glass of ethanol, intending to use it for car repairs. Once inside, he ignites a cigarette lighter, instantly triggering a burst of flames that engulfs the small space. Flames spread quickly as he crawls out of the elevator, patting at his clothes and attempting to extinguish the fire. A person becomes trapped inside a lift, with the doors refusing to open despite repeated attempts. They press multiple buttons and call for help, visibly frustrated as the elevator remains unresponsive. 3 people enter the elevator, an adult and 2 children, one of whom is playing with a rope-attached toy.
Yakalım, yavaşla. Yavaş yavaş çıksın.
Şahıs asansöre
Bak
giriyor.
bak.
İp kalıyor orada bak.
Abi ya.
Bak boynuna dolanmış.
Yapma, boynuna koymuş.
As the doors begin to close, the child tosses the toy outside while holding the rope, which tightens around his neck as the elevator moves.
Ananı sikeyim. Al sana bak nefes alamıyor.
The adult inside reacts immediately, working quickly to unhook the rope and save the child from serious injury.
Feriştah kaymış. Allah'tan asansör sistemle de duruyor. Yoksa o çocuk orada zor.
A woman in labor rushes into an elevator with paramedics and a nurse as the situation quickly escalates. Within seconds, she begins to give birth right there in the elevator, with the nurse stepping in to assist. The baby is delivered safely before they even reach the intended floor, capturing an unforgettable moment on camera. A woman runs into an elevator trying to escape a stalker who's aggressively chasing her from down the hall. She desperately tries to shut the doors, but the stalker manages to slip in just before they close and corners her. He begins violently attacking her inside the elevator, while she struggles to fight him off and reach the buttons for help. A group of friends accidentally gets stuck in an elevator at a high school.
Okay, this is how to get stuck in an elevator. Okay, do it right now. Do it, dude. Dude.
The elevator stops unexpectedly, and they realize they are trapped inside as they try to push buttons to fix the issue.
Hey. Hey. Hey, you. Hey.
They attempt to calm down and try different methods to open the door, but the elevator remains stuck, leaving them waiting for help.
Crap. Dude. Ah, crap.
No, he's on the first floor.
Okay. Okay, do it, quick, right now. Dude. Stop. We're not doing that. We're not doing it anymore now. That was close. Yeah, we're going to one.
A person attempts to use the old General Dover elevator at the Central Building in Clayton, Missouri, but the elevator doesn't function properly.
Why won't she go down? She went up, but she went down. The
The elevator doors fail to close properly, and it remains stuck for a moment.
Why are we going down? Go down. Go down. You know what? We'll try it one more time.
Despite several attempts, the elevator doesn't move smoothly and seems to struggle, leaving the person frustrated and confused.
And if we can't go down, we'll have to take the MPE. Ooh. Big bump. Up. Going down.
A person finds himself stuck inside a lift in Glasgow city centre as the doors fail to open correctly, trapping him inside.
Ground floor, lift going up. Ground floor, doors opening.
He tries different ways to trigger the door, tapping buttons and pushing lightly, but nothing seems to work.
Doors closing. Doors closing.
A broken elevator continues moving with part of its door visibly damaged, shaking slightly during operation. It comes to a stop, and despite the damage, the doors open normally to let the passenger inside step out. A man in a wheelchair aggressively rams into the elevator door, attempting to force it open in a fit of frustration. He backs up and charges again, hitting the door even harder as bystanders look on in shock. A person is seen stuck in an elevator, caught between the doors as he desperately tries to find a way out.
Hello?
He makes several attempts, pushing, twisting, and adjusting his grip, trying to force himself out, but to no avail. A man brought a bike onto an elevator, unaware it would soon become a dangerous situation. The bike begins emitting thick smoke as the elevator doors close, alarming the passenger trapped inside. Flames suddenly burst from the bike, setting off panic as the fire rapidly fills the elevator with heat and smoke. A flooded hallway comes into view as the video begins, with water already pooling on the floor before the camera moves toward the elevator.
And it's flooding really bad here. That's water. Time to go to the lobby.
As the person approaches, water is seen pouring out from inside the elevator, flooding outward into the corridor in a steady stream.
Yeah, this is how bad it's flooding over here.
Yeah, my car's down in the lower level.
Yeah, it just may be just like that much water. If on the higher portions, it's pretty dry. It's just what they had a pipe bust down there, and it just leaked water everywhere.
I'll be damned.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Nothing to worry about as far as like water damage. Yeah.
This footage shows water slowly dripping from the ceiling of an elevator, forming small puddles on the floor as the camera records the eerie scene. The dripping becomes steadier, and the walls appear damp, with streaks of moisture running down the metal panels.